Arkansas State University. Live from the ASU-TV studios in the School of Media and Journalism, this is A-State Connections. And hello everyone, welcome to A-State Connections on ASU-TV. I'm Jonathan Reeves, an academic advisor at Arkansas State University. The Arkansas Biosciences Institute on the campus of Arkansas State University recently celebrated 20 years, and we're pleased to talk about the Institute during today's show. Joining me today in the first half of the show are Vice Provost for Research, Innovation, and Discovery, and the Executive Director of the Arkansas Biosciences Institute at Arkansas State, Dr. Travis Marsico, and Director of Research Administration at the Arkansas Biosciences Institute, Dr. Luis Nopo. Dr. Marsico and Dr. Nopo, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to A-State Connections.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, this is huge to be able to have this institution on campus for 20 years, but some people may not know what exactly ABI is. Dr. Marsico, can you please explain what ABI is?
Absolutely. Arkansas Biosciences Institute is a physical place on campus, a research institute that is part of a statewide network. It was originally funded in 1998 with the Tobacco Settlement Agreement, and 44 states participated in that particular agreement. And in the year 2000, the voters of Arkansas voted to put the funding from the tobacco settlement toward Arkansas human health, smoking cessation, and research into how plants can help people. One of the simplest ways that I like to think about it is tobacco through smoking was a plant that had been hurting people. How can we use plants to help people through improved agriculture and medicinal uses as well?
Dr. Nopo, there's been a lot of amazing research that's come out of ABI. Could you please explain about some of the research that's taking place?
Sure. Basically, what we have at ABI, it's a multidisciplinary research environment. As Dr. Travis has mentioned, we started doing research trying to minimize, to reduce the health problems derived from the tobacco usage. So after doing initial research on health-related problems, we expanded our research capacity to include, for example, agriculture research, because that's very important in our society. We have incorporated into our platform engineering, biochemistry, biology. In the time, we had this partnership with the New York Institute of Technology that is also on campus. So we have incorporated research on human-related pathologies.
I know that the research that's taking place there is not just something that's been getting statewide attention, but a lot of the research y'all are doing is getting international attention as well. I can think of what Dr. Argelia Lawrence has been doing with rice research in other areas. Kind of tell us about that and what that means for Arkansas State to be able to have that kind of research.
It means a lot, because taking the subject about the work that Dr. Lawrence is doing, she's applying new biotechnology tools in order to enhance the content of vitamin C in rice, for example. Rice is one of the main crops that is in our diet, not only here in the U.S., but worldwide. So if we increase the nutritional value of a crop like rice, we can also contribute to the detoxifying mechanisms in the body, because vitamin C has that property as an antioxidant. So going beyond that, by having a strong platform of multidisciplinary background, scientific background, we can innovate. We can create new knowledge in our environment, in our area. We can really make a real impact by having this institution. Maybe later we're going to talk about the classification of our institution, of our university as a research school. Because that attracts new talent. We are eligible to new grant external funding. So in terms for the society also, we explore the priorities that are around, and then I believe we can make a real impact in our society.
I think that provides a great segue for actually what I was going to ask about. And so, Dr. Marsico, I want to ask you about that, the research designation, the amount of research that Dr. Nopo was talking about. How important is this for Arkansas State?
Well, it's really important for our university because it gives the students opportunities to have real, authentic research experiences as part of their education and training as they're becoming professionals. And, there's a lot of important elements to conducting research that students gain from that process. And through the ABI, students have a lot of access to this. One of those would be, of course, critical thinking, being able to independently problem solve. These are the kinds of skills that we know from talking to employers in all sectors. This is what employers want out of graduates from a university, and it's what authentic research experiences can provide. Especially, even our incoming freshman class this year was still a majority first-generation college student. And so at A-State, in terms of social mobility and what we can do here to raise people up through education and opportunity, having these kinds of research experiences where they're working with, undergraduates are working with grad students and the professors are working with the students in the lab, that's really important element to what they're getting out of it. And then the students are directly and genuinely contributing to this important discovery that is just so fantastic. And I think that's what makes it critical that we continue to grow our research here. In addition to active research, puts the faculty member at the leading edge of all kinds of things, and so it improves teaching at an institution like ours.
Dr. Nopo, would you like to add to that?
Yes, I wanted to also to emphasize on what Dr. Travis just said about we feel very, very happy to have first generation of college students in our school. That's a very, very a pleasant feeling that I personally have when I see them succeeding in their career, when they are really, really engaged in research. And we have a few examples of people who are right now doing their PhDs in other schools. Some others are also at St. Jude's. So we are very, very proud of being part of their education.
Now, we all know, because we've even got college students in our household. My daughter is a college student. You got college students in your house and all that. Whenever you start mentioning the word research, it's almost like it's a scary word, or it's, all that. How do you all kind of maybe break down that part of it to try and get students to understand that this is something that's not scary, but this is something that definitely something that can help them?
Well, we provide them some opportunities. I think in the second half of the show,
Sure,
we're going to get more details
right.
about some of the opportunities that students have directly to engage in ABI. And I think a lot of it starts in the classroom. So, the professors who are teaching students in class are the same professors who are doing the research in ABI. And so a lot of it develops from that initial relationship. It's not scary when somebody who you know well, who's been teaching you, has an opportunity in the lab to start something new. And then the other thing is, A-State students, it's a brave group. You just have to step out there and do something that's a little uncomfortable, and then you realize it's not as scary as you thought once you give it a try.
Yeah. I would like to add that research, we probably put the word in two words: research, search. We need to search and search over and over again. Yeah. We need curiosity. We learned that since we are kids. So since we are kids, we have different skills. If we develop those skills, we become a researcher later.
Fantastic. I want to ask you about the 20 years. You all celebrated 20 years recently. What was it like to be able to recognize that, and as you've been thinking about that, Dr. Marsico, the 20th anniversary?
Sure, it was hugely important for us because a 20-year look back also gives us an opportunity for a 20-year look forward. And we had a great ceremony in the middle of the day on September 18th. We had Governor Mike Beebe here, and he spoke about how this all came about. And that was a group of people. One of the most exciting elements of the celebration were people in our community and on campus who didn't know as much about ABI, took that opportunity to learn more about it. And then at the celebration in the evening, we honored Carol Kramer. Dr. Carol Kramer was the founding director of the Arkansas Biosciences Institute here at A-State, and so we honored her. And then we had keynote speakers from collaborators of ours now at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, Dr. Billy and Julie Hudson. And so through that, spending the time, I mean, first of all, it took us, almost a year to plan it, and then spending that time reflecting on all of the great things that have happened. We discovered some interesting things, like 1,200 people have been through ABI since in those last 20 years with access to the research facilities. That includes students, staff, and faculty.
Did you find anything that surprised you?
Well, that was one thing that surprised me, was just the number of people that it impacted. Let's see, I mean, I don't know, not too many surprises, because sure. I've been affiliated with ABI since 2010, and so I feel like I understand it pretty well.
Fantastic.
But that was a big one, that over those years we had 1,200 people affiliated directly and working in the building.
So many lives have been impacted, not just those who work in that and all that, but of course the research that will ultimately benefit people are kind of like that in extension, which Dr. Nopo, I know that's another one of those impacts, is that if you have that research and it's really ultimately going to help people and improve their lives.
Yes, basically what we do is, and actually our philosophy is not to have our results, our research work enclosed in the laboratory. So what we want to do is to release it, to make it out, to show it to the society. That's why also we have the Catalyst, our Catalyst Innovation Center in connection with ABI, which is actually open to any new ideas, to any company that is interested on doing some business after doing laboratory research. It's not only open to ABI, since this is a growing research community or scientific community. Right now it's open to any ideas that are, they want to get involved in finding solutions to our society.
So Dr. Marsico, how do you plan for the next 20 years, looking forward?
Absolutely. Well, one, it's important to plan by thinking about how we as an institution can grow, how we can grow with new faculty member involvement. And one of the things that we're looking forward to, of course, is the College of Veterinary Medicine. The college is developing and will have research active faculty members, so having a whole new biosciences college will be hugely important for the Arkansas Biosciences Institute. And like Dr. Nopo said already, really focusing on interdisciplinary collaborations, something that we have really, it's in our mission as an interdisciplinary institute, that we have engineers working with biologists, working with chemists, working with, now veterinarians. The idea that you have come from different disciplines or backgrounds, and we have affiliated faculty members from the College of Business and Political Science and all across campus. College of Nursing and Health Professions as well as a bioscience. So really providing opportunities to hone that collaboration, I think, is where we're looking at the next 20 years. And our building is already built for that. It's an open concept where there aren't doors between the labs, as an example. And that's something that I think we've always understood, and now we're looking forward to take advantage of that even more.
All right, very good. Vice Provost for Research, Innovation, and Discovery and the Executive Director of the Arkansas Biosciences Institute at Arkansas State, Dr. Travis Marsico, and Director of Research Administration at the Arkansas Biosciences Institute, Dr. Luis Nopo, been joining us here in this first segment. We'll be right back after this with our second segment of the show.
I think one of the things I learned at Arkansas State was life is 10% of what happens to you, 90% of how you respond to it, and that's just something that I live by.
A-State is home, and they're going to treat you like you're a part of the family.
Red Wolf Radio is a student-led organization at Arkansas State University wanting to hear your takes on pop culture, music, the news, and college life. Just about anything you can think of. Located in the Education and Communications building on campus, we are always looking for more volunteers. So if you're an Arkansas State University student, no matter the major, and this is something that interests you, shoot us an email at redwolfradio@astate.edu. That's redwolfradio@astate.edu. Let them hear you howl.
Live from the ASU-TV studios in the School of Media and Journalism, this is A-State Connections. And welcome back to A-State Connections on ASU-TV. I'm Jonathan Reeves. Today we're continuing our conversation about the Arkansas Biosciences Institute. And in this segment, we talk with the Program Director of the Arkansas Biosciences Institute, Prathima Pattada, and also Outreach Coordinator of the Arkansas Biosciences Institute, Rodney Harris. And thank you both for joining me. We really appreciate y'all.
Thank you for having us.
So as we were talking about 20 years when we went to the break, I wanted to get y'all's thoughts about the 20th anniversary of ABI and what that's meant. Prathima?
I'll tell you that it was a very exciting time planning for it, knowing and learning so much about ABI. I started 2 years ago in my position, so learning about how ABI worked in the last 20 years was great, and arranging and doing all the preparations for the celebration. I had a great time, and we had a good team working with me, helping with all the preparation.
Very good. Shay?
Well, not to show my age, but I was here before ABI was constructed, so it was nice to see a lot of the old faces that I haven't seen in a while show up to help us celebrate all the accomplishments that ABI has impacted a lot of lives, and it was really cool just to kind of meet and talk with those people and see their successes.
Very good. Prathima, I want to ask you about the different programs there that are at ABI that you oversee. Kind of tell us about those, please.
ABI as a research institute, we obviously house research labs already equipped with some core units with equipment available for basic research and advanced research as well. We house faculty labs for faculty from the College of Science and Mathematics, College of Engineering and Computer Science, College of Liberal Arts and Communication. We have faculty from the nursing and education. Mostly all the colleges on campus have faculty who are affiliated with ABI and have received funding from ABI at one time or another. We also have the United States Department of Agriculture. We have three main faculty, or they are adjunct faculty on campus who hold labs, and they do research on water quality here. And we have 5 faculty members from NYIT, the New York Institute of Technology, who do research in the facility, as well as Dr. Nopo mentioned earlier, we have the Business Catalyst, which houses 3 companies here in ABI.
So lots of things that are taking place, a lot of research going on, a lot of people there. One of the things I know, Shay, that you're excited about is being able to tell others your story.
Yes.
And you do that very well, not just with college students, but also with high school students and others. Kind of tell us about the outreach efforts you all have at ABI.
Sure. Well, as you learn in grade school, the last step of the scientific method is to communicate your results. And so that's what we kind of focus on there at ABI in our education outreach program. We communicate and package up all the research that's going on in ABI, and we disseminate it through the community, through education efforts, mostly through K-12 programs. We're in the classroom. We're working with many colleges across the campus, and then the interdisciplinary nature of research provides us a unique opportunity to go into a lot of different classrooms, not only science classrooms, but engineering, Project Lead the Way programs. We provide quite a bit of opportunities and activities to local K-12 kids.
All right, and then also one of the questions that I did ask that I want to also ask you all is, how do you all work with letting undergraduate students here at Arkansas State know that there are opportunities for them, that research is not scary. In fact, it's something that they should get involved in.
Yes, we do have a great program called the Undergraduate Research Scholars. that's offered to the freshman and the sophomore level students here at Arkansas State. So as they come in during their first or second semester here on campus, we call for students to apply for this great opportunity where students get to work with a faculty member at ABI for almost a full semester. So we have just finished just finished a search for it, and we are awarding 10 students this year in this program. So yearly, that's a program we do, and we do have the summer, which is called the ABI Summer Internship, where we have the the junior and senior classified students work with our faculty here in ABI and get research knowledge.
That's incredible. And Shay, I know that makes you very happy as well to be able to have that, because I would think that there's some research institutions that students, the thought of undergraduate students, it just wouldn't happen. You know, usually the research may go to graduate students and all that, right. But it's such a huge thing that with Arkansas State, if you're an undergrad, you're encouraged. You're not just, you know, you can, but we want you to be part of research.
Yes, yes. So getting involved early is one of the unique opportunities that A-State actually provides, and getting involved with a research laboratory and a research opportunity is something that it's very rare. Like you said, usually that's a graduate level or a senior undergraduate that finally actually gets to work in the lab on their own. But you can do it here at ABI, A-State, through our competitive research programs, and as a freshman, your first semester freshman, all the way through your senior year. But I would encourage anybody to get involved early. The earlier, the better.
Right. And so do you all work, how do you all coordinate with like Credit State, other research symposiums and all that? How does that work?
We encourage our URS and summer internship students who have worked in ABI to present at Create at State, and we do have other opportunities for the students to go. ABI has a statewide conference every fall, so we encourage our students to go present there, and we have the Arkansas Research Alliance conferences and other meetings that we encourage our students to present or be a part of.
You know, and it's such a beautiful facility in there, so there's a lot of pride there as to be able to bring people in, just to be able to show off what you all are doing. And that's a thing too. I mean, by way of not just high school students and college students and that, Shay, do you also work with like public groups and others to be able to kind of bring them through as well?
Yeah, civic groups, Chamber of Commerce, all their leadership programs, visit ABI. Like I said, we'll mostly focus on K-12, but we're open to homeschool groups as well. We actually are not afraid and want to showcase ABI and what we're doing and all the success that we've had and impacts that we're making to anyone that's open to coming through.
I imagine one of the things you probably hear is, I did not know that we were doing all this here at Arkansas State.
Quite
probably.
Often the first comment, yes, that's true.
But that's a sense of pride, though.
Yeah.
You know, it is. So before we let you all run, really appreciate everyone from ABI being part of this conversation today. And I want to ask about how can students get involved in the process? Where would they start? I know there might be some parents that are watching that would think, hey, this is perfect for my child to get involved in. How does that process even start?
I would say reach out to us, email us, or call the ABI. And if you want to, if the students want to learn more about the ABI research and the faculty that are affiliated with research, we do have our website with information. And if they want to come in for a tour, and we will be happy to provide that to the students as well. And our Making Connection classes, Shay does host them in ABI, and they get to know what is going on in ABI. So we welcome anybody who wants to know about us to reach out to us.
Yeah. Shay?
Yeah, I would just say, the old tried and true way of doing it. If you are sitting in a classroom and you're an undergraduate at A-State and you're enjoying the professor's lecture, visit with them afterward. Ask them if they're research active and ask them through email or whatever to see if they have any opportunities to join a research lab or know of any of their colleagues who are looking for or undergraduates that are interested in research. And sometimes a volunteer position is maybe the first thing that you come upon, but sometimes there's also competitive and paid positions as well.
Yeah, but sometimes even if it's volunteer, it's that important putting that foot
Right.
foot in the door to be able to do that, taking that first step. And the summer internship, you said that sounds like that'd be fantastic. Can people like sign up for that? And I mean, I know it's in November, but I mean, they could still go ahead and do that too?
Yes, the summer internship will be advertised pretty soon. I think we do it at the end of February. I call for faculty mentors first, and it will be advertised in the college A-State Digest, and we reach out to students in the honors program by the college deans. It will be shared with students. And I want to mention this to you as well. Both the internships I talked about in ABI are paid internships. The URS program pays the students a stipend and hourly pay, and the summer interns get $2,500 summer internship.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you both so much for being here. We really appreciate it as well. Anything else y'all like to add about this, please?
I would just say keep doing what you're doing. We always enjoy talking about ABI and the accomplishments and working with others across the campus and across Arkansas to improve the health of Arkansans.
All right, very good. Sounds great. Well, that'll do it for this edition of A-State Connections. I do want to thank my guests who are here today, Dr. Travis Marsico, also Prathima Pattada, Shay Harris, and Dr. Luis Nopo. Also, I do want to thank Instructor of Creative Media Production Galen Perkins and his amazing students in Video Production 1 who are behind the scenes running the show today. Also, thanks to broadcast engineers Timmy Arquette and Aiden Barber, as well as the graduate assistant Sujita Karki for their help on the show as well. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon. So long, everyone.